Scotland. It's amazingly beautiful, with beautiful hiking routes like the West Highland Way. But what if you actually try to bike the route on a gravel bike with an additional 15 kilos?
Did you do the hard bit with the...
Yes, I did.
Wow, with the bike?
Yeah.
I struggled to walk that.
The route is 150 kilometers long. It leads along ancient rivers and old military roads. It shows Scotland how it truly is. Preparations had been tense, as I struggled to make my bike more lightweight. As I headed to the airport, I realized I just see how far I just make it down these tough roads. I started in Glasgow, where the weather conditions were ideal for biking, as were the predictions for the coming weeks, a rare feature in these tough environments. Putting the bike together is always an exciting part, because you feel stuff is getting real now. Wherever you are right now, I'm happy you're watching my little movie. I hope it will inspire you to go on a journey yourself. It was going to be a warm day for September. I left my B&B early to catch up with the trek in Malgai. Made some adjustments to the bike and left the city area. So it began. It wasn't busy on the trek, as the summer had left for a while now. I took the upper path next to the Loch Lomond, so I didn't have a hard day to start with. I found a nice spot with no one around, put up the tent, filled my water bottle in one of the many small rivers that enrich this hike. The famous midgets near the Scottish lakes weren't many, but the few left were happy to see me. The water temperature made me feel reborn and ready for the next day, which was going to be a little different. Come across.
In the dark you can see his face. In the dark you can reach him. Keep his finger on the trigger. the day. Shoot out the light. Shoot out the light.
Good morning. It's now 7:30. I made it yesterday, but it was way too heavy. I was warned to take only 10 kilos on my bike, but I took 15. But I made it anyway. But the pedals were eating in my shins and the track was way too small. I had to lift up my bike like 500 times. I feel like this morning I can't even lift my teacup anymore, so I will leave the track for a few miles. I saw a little ferry further on the track, so I will take that for a moment and then we'll see. Also lost my tripod, lost many things along the way, but I'm still in one piece. So, on day 3 I decided to get off the track for a while and take a little ferry that runs every hour to Ardleash. It had rained during the night, but the sun was out again soon. This is the part of the story where I ask myself questions like, why am I doing this? Couldn't I stay home and watch a movie at least? The answer is obvious, and the same in a different way over and over again. I mean, does the shit in the woods? Does the Pope shit in the woods? Does the Pope shit? Every now and then, there's one of these days. It starts with a shiver. Not only because it froze at night, but also because you feel it's gonna be one of those special days. This was one of those days. It felt like in big contrast to the days before. I crossed the bridge of Auge and slowly made my way to the Glen Coe mountain resort. After another cold night, the trip continued over more easy roads, up to the next climb, the Devil's Staircase. The landscape turned into this remote looking place, with high peaks and all brown and green colors. The Devil's Staircase has climbs up to 20%, quite a challenge on this windy cold day. Again I had to push the bike up. One thing I didn't expect was to meet so many nice people from all over the world. Mostly all were interested in how and why I tried to bike this path. We would talk about many things, blisters mainly, and which place each of us originated from. I was one of the first to reach one of the few campsites. I had to take care of the wounds my pedals had made while I was pushing the bike. Swimming? No. Not today. It wasn't going to be a day with swimming, only biking. It had rained during the night, and my sleeping mat had had a puncture that needed to be fixed first. I left rather late and was feeling happy to do the last parts of the West Highland Way. So nice that you were still here. You nearly made it to the end of this movie. I met many nice people again, who were also happy to end the trek today. Cycling through this valley was a true wonder for the eyes. Scotland is truly beautiful. As I was following the trek, I got many memories from back in the days. When I was at the age of 6, I learned how to bike on a small road behind our house. As I rode my first bike, I loved that feeling right away. That feeling never changed really. Where I come from, everyone seems to be born with a bike. And then, after 6 days, with Scotland's highest mountain, the Ben Nevis in sight, I nearly reached my destination. In the descent, I passed many hikers who would have loved to trade their backpack for my bike with me. I couldn't believe I had done the West Highland Way on a gravel bike. That evening, I celebrated with my new friends, both from France. France and Lionel. They called me the Flying Dutchman, and we ate as many fish and chips as we possibly could. After filling up my water bottle, I vanished from the campsite. I took a more easy road to Inverness. But it was more dangerous too. They had predicted a cold, rainy day, but I was lucky again. I had a backwind and it wasn't raining at all. I met some more nice people.
When I looked at
And I guess we'll get to Inverness tonight. And I've lined a piper up just to make you cry.
I made it to Inverness in 2 days. At the riverside camping, I cooked some lamb lettuce. This wheat grows at the shores of salty waters. The taste is really great, with some baked salmon and some papa. After a day of rest, I took a train to Edinburgh. I crossed the amazing highlands by train. In the B&B where I stayed, the owner told me to go drink a tea with the chickens in his garden. I visited Edinburgh by night and left the next day and set off for Northumberland with its many nice castles and seaside views. Then I arrived in Newcastle, at the B&B of George.
Some president from my school in Hong Kong, they taught us this song. Scotland today. Cycle all the way from Netherlands.
Yeah.
Get on the boat and then cycle up to Scotland.
That evening I visited Newcastle. And after a pretty rough night at the ferry, I made it back to the Netherlands. It was already October. I realized I had the most special trip ever. I got off the big spinning wheel of biking and slept like a twisted weasel rat, snoring like a donkey.
Man.
We would talk about many things, blisters mainly, and which place each of us originated from.